remember that I had read the book The Andromeda Strain by Michael Crichton that describes an alien coming to this planet in the form of a virus and instigating a global pandemic. And don't you think I should have had that in my thoughts? If I want to have a job for the rest of my life that necessitates a bunch of respirating people to be in the same room sharing air and a basic belief in science or whatever. And I could have said, wait a minute, a global pandemic might rear its ugly head in my future and I'll be having the wrong job. Oh, no, I'm not going to, as David Lee Roth once said to me, Henry, we sail on the seas of consequence. I'm not going to go out on the seas of consequence. I'm going to hold steadfastly onto my ice cream scoop. Wow, that was close. Good day, sir. Click. But I went for the microphone. And so I must suffer all the resultant slings and arrows. And this is why I'm not angry at the anti-science gang, but I do have my concerns. And so here's something else. This is an American folktale. This happened. There will be some obvious hyperbole and exaggeration to have some fun, but the basic truths of this story happened. So before I tell you the story, it's the opening of a movie, big wide shot so you see the entire area. I'm going to describe the house that I was living in for like a dozen years at the time of this story. I am trying to meet American crime statistics halfway. That is to say, in my home, I do not want to have the guns of Navarone, or a bazooka, or a security detail, or an attack dog, or a death drone with human vaporizing capability. I want to have a customized house that reeks of deterrence. Every single possible breach point, which citizens call doors and windows, I call them breach points, because I've almost been killed 3 times in my life. Very unpleasant. I've been to 88 countries in all 7 continents, even Pakistan, when Islamabad was on fire because Benazir Bhutto was assassinated. People, are you lost, sir? Would you like a drive back to your hotel? People have been really nice to me. In the USA, I've almost been killed 3 times. And I never leave. I'm just saying, be careful. We are a coast-to-coast Phillies flyer game. It's a rough room, but freedom, etc. Anyway, I don't want to have any weapons, so I live in a house where I've up-armored every possible breach point. It was costly, it took a long time, and it's made the house look really ugly. Every single door looks like a vault of a safe. Like, what is that? It's a possible breach point. Well, that's right, you're the weird guy workaholic who lives alone, sleeps 3 hours a night, wondering if there's a sniper outside ready to pick you off. Yes. I'm not paranoid, I just know the country in which I live. And so I've been living in like Castle Keep, in this fortress, which I've had specialists come in and build for me so I don't have to have the guns of Navarone. I live alone, I'm a workaholic. All I do is come up with things to give to people, like a book, a talking show, a tour, places to travel. I live alone and I work fiendishly 7 days a week. This is what I'm into. Working out, trying to eat well, and working. I work when I'm sleeping, I work when I get up. I'm hyperactive, that's how it is. So, I live alone in this fortress behind a tall retaining wall that goes around the property. At the bottom of the steep driveway are 2 massive metal gates that you can't get to me. And so it's like Feb 11 or Feb 12 of last year. I am in my bedroom, 3:30 in the morning, as always, completely awake. I have conditioned myself to sleep fully clothed, down to my shoes. No, I'm not a never nude. I know that I need to take all of my clothes off for certain things like bathing or other adult pursuits, like a demonstration or a riot. If you really want to make an impact at the next rally you go to, show up with no clothes on whatsoever. Put some literal skin in the game. If you've never been tased fully naked, it's amazing. The first 3 times were meaningful. By the 4th time, I was burned out. And so I sleep fully clothed down to my shoes on top of a fully made bed because I have rehearsed trying to get out of a bed with shoes on underneath a bunch of blankets with my iPhone. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Because if someone gets into the house, I'm dead. And I don't want to be naked because if I get out of bed and the killer's in my doorway, do you mind? Can I put some clothes on? It'll be embarrassing to be killed while naked. Is this kind of, do you mind? And so I sleep fully clothed. So I can leap out of bed at the sound of glass breaking and go, ha! Unfortunately, I don't have any moves past, ha! I just have to hope that that's intimidating enough and they'll run away. And so I also sleep with a blanket or a sleeping bag over the top part of my body. I leave the legs to be bare. So if I hear a noise, I can wipe the blanket or sleeping bag free, leap out, and confront. And so, Feb 11, Feb 12 or thereabouts last year, 3:30 in the morning, I'm completely awake in the dark. I use my laptop with one dot of light to navigate my house. And so I'm walking around using it as a flashlight to get to the kitchen, to get somewhere. Because I don't have the lights on in the house, so I don't give my position away. So I don't want to be like limping to the bathroom to brush my teeth, and the sniper can lead me by half an inch and take me out. I don't want to die because I need to do shows all the time. So I live in relative darkness as soon as the sun goes down, and I use the laptop with barely any light so no one can see me, and so I have the advantage with darkness. So 3:30 in the morning, I'm sitting completely still with the laptop closed, doing a thing I often do. I listen to the night and I catalog sounds. Owls, the occasional motorist on the narrow canyon road I live on, coyote, and nothing. On this night, I hear a sound at 3:30 in the morning I have never, to my memory, ever heard outside my house. It sounds like someone is outside my house below me. I live on top of the garage. Someone is kicking or punching my garage door. Like, really? I've never sound